Okay, guys, let's go over the stuff from standard form from the end of the week. So if they ask you to write something in standard form and you have an equation that starts with y equals, as you see here, remember standard form means that you are going for this form. Remember, A, B, and C have to be whole numbers, A has to be positive, and X and Y have to be on the same side. So if I look at this one, I really have an issue because of this number right there. And that's an issue because I have a fraction. So my first job is going to be to get rid of the fraction. So I'm going to focus for just a minute on the bottom of the fraction. So the denominator is 7. So in order to get rid of this fraction, I'm going to have to take this whole thing and multiply it by 7. Now remember, it's by 7 because that's the number in the bottom of the fraction, the denominator. So I'm going to go through and multiply every single one of these by 7. So in this part, 7 times y is just 7y. In the next part, these two 7s are multiplying by 7 and dividing by 7. So they're opposites. So those are going to cancel. Be left with negative 4x. And 7 times 1 is 7. So good as far as getting rid of the fraction. Now remember, A and B have to be on the same side, which means I'm going to have to move this x on the other side. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. This cancels. So 4x plus 7y equals negative 7. Okay, now I'm just going to make sure I've got everything in the right form. So these are my A, B, and C values. Those are all whole numbers. X and Y are on the same side. So that's good. That's a yes. And my A value, which is this number right here, has to be positive, which it is. So that means this is my final standard form. Okay, so that's kind of the idea when you have a fraction. When you don't have a fraction, I just really have an equation in this one, again, that still wants to be in standard form. But the big thing for me is the only thing that we really have to worry about is getting x and y on the same side. So since x is here, I'm going to add 10x to both sides to move it. It's going to be 10x plus 7y. This cancels, equal 5. Now, the only thing I'm going to caution you against is make sure on this side it has to be x first and then y. So don't, even though it's tempting, write it like this because that is not standard form. It has to be in this form, x first, then y, in order for that to happen. Okay, go over your stuff for the end of the week, and this will be our warm-up tomorrow.